Hello everybody, Jeremy Harper here from HFinance. Kicking into 2025, if you're looking to get your finances under control or at least put together a plan for the upcoming year, here's a tool that I recommend you download and access. You can jump on my website. It's an Excel spreadsheet that I put together, access, and then you can go through with your family and map out your goals and how you're going to get there this year and into the future. So I've broken this down into two tabs. The first one at the bottom is what you call the goal tracker in terms of where you're at now, where you want to be, and then we've got the monthly budget, which is how we get there. So this is a tool you can download, sit down by yourself or with your partner and family, list out your assets. So what are your current assets, your bank account, your investments, your properties, cars, home and content, superannuation. List out your liabilities, your credit cards, personal loans, car loans, all of it, mortgages, and any HECS. And that will give you a total net position in terms of net assets after liabilities. And then this part is really important. It may take a little bit of time, but I want you to sit down and think about what are your goals over the next sort of 1 to 10 years as a family. Maybe save up for that first home, pay off your HECS, could be start contributing more to superannuation, another investment property. And then what are some of the financial changes that we can see in the future? Pay rises, obviously that's naturally going to happen throughout your career. Are you looking to go down to one wage? Are you looking to start or grow your family? Sale of any assets to bring in additional cash flow in the future? And then what are some of the non-negotiable expenses? I think when people sit down and do budgeting, they're really looking at how do I cut back, but start from the other end. What are some of the things that are really important to you? Maybe it's your gym membership, that's a non-negotiable, and we keep those as non-negotiables that we put into here. And then from there, that's our end position, and we use the budgeting spreadsheet that I've put together to work out how do you get there. So if we look at this, really you're focusing on completing yourself as an individual or as a couple and a family, the yellow cell. So where are we at now as a income position after tax? So we're putting in amounts that we're receiving from our wages, all sources of income, either put in as a monthly or fortnightly or monthly figure, and that will extrapolate that over the 12-month period. So for example, if we're getting paid $2,500 after tax per fortnight, that will work out what your monthly take-home pay is. And then if we work through inputting our regular expenses, so these are expenses that most people incur every month, things like rent, mortgage, mobile phone, train tickets, gym costs. And then you've got your regular or your chunky expenses that can come up throughout the year. So things like rates notices, membership fees. If you've got car insurance, it's maybe a one-off. You can even input them manually to what month you anticipate that's come in. And then your everyday expenses. So things like, how many lunches you're having a week, eating out, how often you go, sporting events, movies, things like that, takeaway, taxis, alcohol expenses. And when you fill out the income and outgoings, that will give us a net position over what's your cash flow going to be over that next sort of 6 to 12 month period. So in this scenario, we've only put in some wages and not a lot of expenses, but you can see here, that's where we can get to in terms of savings position over a 12-month position. And that should link back to your starting position here, which is what are your goals over the next couple of years. So really you need to toggle between the two and say, okay, well, what do I need to do in terms of my monthly budget to help me hit some of those goals that I'd like to hit individually or as a family? Because if those goals are important to you, you need to start making adjustments here on a fortnightly or monthly basis to help you get there, excluding those non-negotiables that you've listed here that are really important to you. And if there's too many non-negotiables, well, then you need to have that review and say maybe some of these things are not so as important that we initially thought. So guys, download this, sit down, spend the time to go through this. This is a manual Excel spreadsheet. I think it's really important because it helps you educate yourself on what you want to achieve and where your money's going and how you can get towards some of those goals that you'd like to achieve. So fill it out. If you've got any questions, let me know. Happy to go through this with you as well, because let's start smashing out our financial goals this year. Let's start achieving what you're after and stop just putting this off as a bit of a pipe dream in the future. Thanks guys.